a look into the country of Zambia. We'll discuss several factors that make up this country, including the environment and land, the population and culture, the politics, history and religions, economic status, health conditions, and even today's current events in Zambia.
Zambian environment and land. Some of Zambia's major crops include maize, peanuts, rice, sugar, and tobacco. Small-scale farms less than 5 hectares make up 85% of the farmlands. Topography. Zambia is part of the Great Plateau of Central Africa and has an average altitude of 1,200 meters. Zambia's vegetation is of the savanna woodland type in high rainfall regions and tropical grassland in low rainfall regions. Over half of the country is covered by trees, and grass fires spread rapidly in the dry season, but new shoots are quick to retake the land. The livestock sector is worth $1.5 billion, and the small shareholder dairy development project is cited as one of the success stories of dairy development programs introduced in Zambia. Factors that contribute to this success include farmers' interests in dairy farming, farmers' knowledge and skills obtained through training, availability of marketing infrastructure, availability of inputs for dairy production, and less interference from the government in project management and decision making. The main constraint for dairy farming is the tick-borne disease, where major hindrances to smallholder dairy production, as their control has becoming too expensive and beyond the farmer's ability to control.
Zambia's health conditions. Zambia's healthcare system consists of specialist hospitals, general hospitals, healthcare centers, clinics, and outpatient services. In rural areas, health centers and clinics are most common, while in more urban areas, hospitals are most common. The clinic and health center services are free to Zambian nationals. The Zambian population struggles with their health. The country suffers from a shortage of doctors, medicine, supplies, and equipment due to the restrictions on government spending. The most popular diseases are HIV and/or AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, and hookworm. There were 495 cases of tuberculosis out of 100,000 people in 1999. There are 1.2 million people living with HIV and/or AIDS as of 2001. Also in 2001, there were 120,000 deaths from AIDS. Zambia also has a problem with the infant population. In 2000, the infant mortality rate was 115 per 1,000 live births. Along with this, 42% of all children under 5 living in Zambia are malnourished. Sadly, the average life expectancy has been declining since 1984. In 2000, the average life expectancy was 38. Since June 2011, Zambia has been working to solve the shortage of medical help. They have developed a program where they train citizens to become community health assistants. These assistants go through a short, unstandardized training. They develop skills such as taking patients' vital signs, treating minor illnesses, assisting birth deliveries, and providing information on preventing diseases. Zambian economic status. Zambia's economy is not a completely free economy. The country has experienced a decline in freedom in the past several years. However, Zambia's economy is growing steadily due to the increase in copper prices. Zambia is the 86th largest export economy in the world. Their top exports are copper, tobacco, cobalt, and sulfuric acid. Its main imports are petroleum, delivery trucks, iron structures, and stone pressing machines. Zambia mainly trades with Switzerland, China, South Africa, Kenya, and India. Politics, history, and religion. Zambia's government type is Republic. Their government name is the Republic of Zambia. The current president is Edgar Lungu. Zambia has 3 branches of government: executive branch, judicial branch, and legislative branch. The history of Zambia dates back to several centuries ago. Zambian people emerged from several distinct and powerful tribes. These tribes learned to trade with each other and then flourished. In the 1500s, Zambia was discovered by the Portuguese, who brought slave trade with them. A man named David Livingstone worked to put a stop to slave trade in Zambia in the mid-1800s. Shortly after, Zambia came under British rule throughout 1889 to 1961. After several years, Zambia won independence and elected their first president in 1964. Zambia's religion is declared a Christian nation. However, they encourage freedom of religion in practice. About 85% of Zambians are Christians, 5% are Muslims, 5% are atheists, and the last 5% are of other faiths.
Zambian population and culture. The population of Zambia was nearly 15 million people as of 2014. Zambian population has experienced a 2.8% population growth rate over the past 3 years. The average life expectancy is 57.02 as of 2012. The average number of children in Zambia per family is 6.5. The Zambian family's most highly held values include having children, nurturing them, and educating them. The head of the family is typically the father or maternal uncle. People typically only marry within their tribe. The women of the family play an important role by cleaning, cooking, and caring for the children. Older children may help with the chores also. The men in the family work long hours in the fields to support the family.
Zambia's current events. Zambia recently discovered uranium deposits in the northwestern part of the country in the upper Zambezi River Basin, and mining is currently underway. Zambia's new president, Edgar Lungu, was sworn in on January 25, 2015. The total population was last recorded at around 15 million people in 2014, compared to 3.1 million in 1960, which is a 388% gain during the last 50 years. Zambia is expected to produce 600,000 tons of copper this year, down 15% from last year due to low copper demand. Nearly 1 in 6 Zambian adults are living with HIV. Every year, more Zambian health workers immigrate to other countries in search of higher salaries and better working conditions.